Whew, that Banish 22 suppressor is quiet. Guys, if you're on a budget, like most of us are, and you want to get into varmint hunting or day-night hunting, and you don't have a lot of money, let me introduce you to the ATN Celsior 3x9. ATN recently introduced their Celsior day-night scope. If you're familiar with night hunting, or if you've done any kind of thermal or night vision scopes, down through the years, they're very expensive, thousands and thousands of dollars. They wanted to make the perfect budget day-night scope. You know, for $500–600, they wanted to put together and see what they can actually deliver to the market, and something that works and works great without breaking the bank. Now, I'm gonna go over here on the bench here in just a minute and shoot it. And as you saw in the intro, the clarity is pretty good. 1280 resolution over a 10-hour battery life. And, you know, if I do my part, this rifle and this scope will do theirs. So I'm gonna back up here at 100 yards, sit on the bench, tell you a little bit more about it, and we're gonna do some more shooting. All right, before we get into shooting, let me go over some of the features on the ATN Celsior scope. Now, this particular scope is 3x9. They do make one that is 5x15, so if you want a little bit more magnification, it does have a 30 mil tube on it. And if you're getting into night hunting, okay? In some states, they are opening it up left and right. I know in Tennessee, they just opened up night hunting this past year. So a lot of people are looking to buy thermals or night vision, but the only problem with thermals and night vision is usually the cost. You know, you can spend as much as $8,000–9,000 on a thermal if you want to, and you can spend probably as much as $4,000 or $5,000 on night vision scope if you want to. ATN came out with the Celsior to bridge that gap without having a lot of bells and whistles and trying to sell you on things that you don't want. Just sell you on the things that you do need. And what you need is day-night capabilities. All right, it does have an IR illuminator right here, and you can see a really, really long distance. It's all adjustable. So you can see 300–400 yards with this IR at night. If you just want to use it for a regular daytime scope on a deer rifle, you can. It will take the recoil up to a 416 Barrett. And the beautiful thing about it is the 3x9 the 3x9 is $599, okay? And the 5x15 is like $699. Now, if you're getting into night hunting, because a lot of states are opening up this night hunt, Tennessee just opened up this past year for coyotes. This is in a lot of people's price range. This is about a mid-grade hunting scope, okay? But I'm going to show you kind of the clarity of this scope and what you can expect during the daytime. I've got some nighttime footage that I filmed for the past 2 or 3 months on a couple of hunts that I'm going to show you here a bit later, but I've got it on my standard Ruger 1022. This is their light. You may have seen me do a review on this rifle probably a couple of months ago, but I just turned on the scope, and the scope does turn on pretty quick. So right now it's already ready. Now if you press, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the record here as soon as I get this loaded up. So if you press, okay, get recording, okay, it's recording. Okay, so right now it's at 3 power. And that target, that yellow target that you see in the background, that is at 100 yards. Okay, if you hit it again, that goes to I think about 6 power, and that goes to about 9 power. Well, that's probably about 7 power, and that last one is 9 power. So every time you click this, it goes up in magnification just a little bit. So that's what 9 power looks like right there. So that's 3, 5.4, 7.2, and 9 power. So, all right. Let me see, I don't know if I loaded this or not. Let me check. I did load it. All right. I've got a 2-inch plate out there at 100 yards. Okay, pretend like that is a squirrel head. Now this rifle, let me back up a little bit. If you watch the video that I did on this rifle can only do about 1.25 inch groups on its good day. So if I miss it a couple of times, it's not the scope's fault. This rifle only shoot 1.25 inch, and that is a 2-inch target. So, all right, here we go. Nicked it, hit it. All right, hit it. So that's like a squirrel's head. That is a 2-inch target. Let me move over here to the 4-inch plate. All right, hit it. Not a problem. All right, right there is a groundhog, 100 yards headshot. Oh, right over his head. Boom, right there. All right. So now you can see what I am seeing. Now, if you back out the power a little bit. All right, now we're at 3. So you can change out the reticles. I think it comes with 6 or 7 different kind of reticles that you can change out. It comes with one that if you're firing a 55 grain 5.56, it's got a ballistic reticle in there from like 100, 200, 300, and it gives you your windage. But yeah, you're going to get a little bit better clarity when filming in 3 power, because all that does is it digitally amplifies the picture. Okay, so this is a 1280 resolution digital sensor in here, or screen. And so what this does when you magnify it, it just blows it up, okay? So if you want good clarity for filming purposes, you want to film in 3 power. So, all right, let's go right here at 75 yards. All day. Let's go back to the 4-inch plate, and you can probably tell that the picture is a little bit clearer. Hit it. Hit it. 2-inch. Oh, I'm out of ammo. All right, I'll have to load up another magazine, but you get the gist. At 100 yards, it is pretty easy to hit your target, a 2-inch target. And also it does have a, your focus right here on the front. It's very easy to turn. So if you can check out that target down there at 100 yards, you can see that it's going out of focus and in focus. So you can adjust your focus right here on the front, which is also a really good feature. All right, let me load up another magazine here. And if you've ever hunted with thermals or night vision, you know that they can weigh a ton. This one, honestly, is pretty light. It's 1.7 pounds. And when you pair it with a Ruger ultralight rifle or light, it doesn't weigh a lot. So if you're doing a lot of night hunting, a lot of walking, this is like the perfect setup. I used this a couple of weeks ago in South Texas. We went and took some jackrabbits at night, and I'm gonna show some footage right about now. Now, the reason why the clarity is not that great is because that night it was actually misting and sprinkling a little bit. If you know anything about night vision or thermal, you wanna try to hunt on a very clear night, that the humidity is down, that it's not raining. So with the infrared and also with thermals going through that moisture, it's not really the best picture. But we were able to take 4 jackrabbits that night in about 20 or 30 minutes. Made light work with this rifle and setup. Now I will tell you, a couple of nights ago, I did shoot a skunk in my yard. I've been having a lot of skunks in the yard. They really don't bother me too much, but I'm a huge turkey hunter, and skunks are nest raiders. They will eat every turkey egg that you have out there. They'll eat your songbird eggs, they'll eat your quail eggs. And plus, I walked around my vehicle the other night in the driveway, and there was a skunk, and he almost sprayed me, and that's when I said, they gotta go. So I did have a skunk out in my yard. I took it with this exact setup at about 20 or 30 yards, but here's what I didn't realize. I didn't really think it through. That skunk was probably only about 10 yards from my air conditioning unit. And I shot the skunk that night, and about 30 minutes later, the units kicked on, and my house smelled like skunk for a good 24 to 48 hours. So note to self, scare it away a little bit first before you shoot it beside your central heat and air units. But all right, I got another magazine loaded up here. And let me turn the recorder back on. All right. Zoom in here at 9 power. See that little black dot right there on that target? Watch this. Oh, you watched, didn't you? Those Firebirds are pretty awesome. So, all right, go back to the 2-inch plate. Oh, I yanked that one. There we go. Groundhog at 100. Now, if you had I'm favoring you a little bit to the right, I see on that groundhog, so I need to aim a little bit to the left. And the good thing about, yeah, right there in the middle. The good thing about this setup and sighting one of these in, if you've never sighted in a night vision or a thermal, it's pretty much just takes one shot. So you get this thing on paper at like 50 yards, and then you press a button, and then you align 2 crosshairs up, one where you were aiming, the second one where you hit, then you hit enter, and once you hit enter, it moves those crosshairs so one shot sight in is perfect. I always like to confirm at 100 yards. And you know, it does record, it does take pictures. And if you get one of these, or this is one thing that is not in the manual that I will tell you, if you get one of these and you're zeroing it in, what you need to do when you go to the sight zeroing, you need to when you do that, it's already backed out to 3 power. And if you want to zoom in where actually you can see your hole, you have to press and hold this center button in. That'll give you like 4.5 or 5 time magnification. You let go, you press it in again, it gives you a little bit more magnification. You press it in, it gives you a little bit more magnification. And that's the center button here on top of here. That's not in the manual, because when I first got it, I was trying to zero it and I was like, I can't figure out how to zoom in where I can see my holes to move my crosshairs. So if you have one of these and you're worried about zeroing it in, that's how you do it. So, all right, let's go right here at this 4-inch plate again, left-hand side, money. All right, should be out. Yep, we're out. So if you're looking to buy a little bit of inexpensive scope, now I'm talking $500–600, that still is a lot of money, especially in today's economy, but it's not like spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a night vision or a thermal and you get out there and you don't like to night hunt. So you're not investing a lot of money on it. But if you're looking to get into night hunting, whether it be day, night, to put this on your deer rifle, squirrel rifle, you just want to film your hunts, it will do a really good job. If you have any questions about the Celsior, put them in the comments below. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep blinking.